Welcome to Thought for the Day. Our scripture reading comes from Psalm 35 and verse 7. Let me read it to you. I'm sorry, Psalm 37 and verse 5. Let me read it to you. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust also in him, and he will give you the desires of your heart. It's sometimes quite hard and difficult to hand over plans and programs that have been very precious to us and hand them to someone else because we quite like the lifestyle that they created, etc. But sometimes God calls us to do that. God is telling us it can even be better than what we're experiencing now. Have we got to sacrifice interests and personal ambitions and so on for this to happen? Because those are the bits we like. But please remember that God's desires for our lives are far greater and far more enriching than any desires we've ever had for our own. Remember, God has dropped good desires into your heart, no doubt during the time of prayer and waiting on God, and he has put them into your heart and you got excited because they were so real and so enriching. But sadly, you've let them slip and settled for a mixture. Some of God's desires and some of your own desires. God has said today, there is a way based on one word that can change everything. And that way and that word is the word commit. It's very seldom used in the Old Testament, very often, but not this particular word. It means stripping yourself naked, completely bare, removing everything that's yours. And God's desires, and your desires and your ambitions are left aside, and God's desires have taken their place. It will be a step of faith, and it could be quite painful. But be assured of this: taking the way that God has laid out for you, he promises that every desire he has planted in your heart will be fulfilled. God bless you.